Pioneer fans, Pioneer JV men's basketball is live and on the air. Welcome to Pioneer High School. We are in the main gym live for Pioneer JV men's basketball taking on the Dexter Dreadnoughts. As the freshman game just concluded, it was 59-45. Pioneer winning that matchup versus Dexter. Obviously, the JV squad has different plans for Dexter as Pioneer trying to get a big win here. We will have the varsity contest coming up around 7 o'clock after this. Depending on how long the JV game goes. So before we get into things, let's play a couple quick messages from the MHSAA, and we will be right back with your action.
Where can you find good information on all kinds of topics related to the well-being of our student athletes? Check out the health and safety page of the MHSAA website. Learn about multi-sport participation, heat and hydration, cardiovascular resources, as well as insurance benefits available for our students. It's all on the health and safety page of MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
The love of the game draws us to sports, as players, coaches, spectators, and officials. For officials, it's a way to stay in the game they once played, to feel the thrill of putting on the uniform, stepping out of the playing surface, hustling to make the call, and building the relationships which could only be built in sports. If you still have that love for the game, we always need new officials. Register now at MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
As we're getting ready to go, Michael, the public address announcer, just welcomed everybody here. Pioneer out on the court getting ready to go. Dexter just broke the huddle. Pioneer is in their home white jerseys with block lettering for Pioneer on the front, numbers in purple on the front and back, white shorts, and a little purple accent on the uniforms. Dexter is in their black jerseys. They have the maroon numbers on the front and back. Dexter, block lettering across the front in silver. So we're getting ready to go. Looking for the opening tip here. Smith on one side. I believe that's Jones on the other. As that's one and taken. Here comes Dexter as they bring it ahead. As that's grabbed by Hempton. Hempton gets over midcourt. Being watched back over there by Dumboya. Now to the free throw line. Into the near corner. Dexter with a three-pointer. And putting it in as that was Trinkley, who has his first three-pointer. It makes it 3-0. Dexter with the lead. Pioneer misses as the rebound. Dexter brought ahead by Hempton. Hempton coming down the far side of the court. Picked up back over there by Dula Ogun. Well, Dula Ogun trying to stay ahead. Right over on the far side. Hempton gets it underneath. That put up. Finger rolls and in by Smith. Smith with his first points of the game. That gives him 2, and it's 5-0. Dexter with the lead. Pioneer ahead as Dunlop has it over midcourt. Over onto the near wing for Jordan Ellington into the near corner. Trying to dish it off over there is Richardson. Over into the far corner. That put up by Dunlop. Three-pointer wouldn't go. Pulled down by Dexter. Ball the inbound baseline right. Picked up into the paint to the near side now. There's a three-pointer by Hempton. Comes off to the near side. Pioneer down the other way. Dunlop gets it over. Dula Ogun puts up a three. Rattles around off the glass. Wouldn't go. Coming the other direction. Here comes Dexter. Racing down with it is Arbaugh. Arbaugh again loses the handle. That out on the far sideline. That ball put up and in by Dexter. Smith with that is coming ahead the other direction. Pioneer under the basket trying to get it. Dunlop gets it over to Dulogan. Dulogan has it. So running into just a little bit of technical issues here, trying to work through that. That ball coming down the far side. Hope their frame rate will come back here. Pioneer has it over onto the near wing as Richardson gets it into the near corner for Dunlop. Dunlop coming down the near baseline, knocked away, trying to get it. Richardson tipped back as here comes Dexter the other direction, coming down with it. Of the game, as that makes it 11-8, as 3-point game. So looks like hopefully our technical issues are taken care of there. So it's 11-8 with 2:15 left to go. Stolen away. Here comes Dunlop down the paint. Dunlop with the finger roll with the left hand and in. Dunlop makes it 11-8. Ball inbounded. Pioneer full court pressure. It's a 1-point game, bringing it ahead. Here comes Trinkley. Trinkley to the edge of the paint, puts it up, wouldn't go. And pulled down by Boylan, coming ahead. Here comes Dunlop for Pioneer. Onto the near wing. Dunlop for three. He hits it. Dunlop with 5 points, and Pioneer takes their first lead of the game. Pioneer 13 and Dexter 11. Full timeout as Pioneer was down by a score of at least 7 points, and we were handling, trying to get some technical difficulties taken care of. As they are huddled across the way for Pioneer. Dexter down for the first time in this game in the JV contest, brings it ahead. That's grabbed by Sweeney, along the far port, right underneath. That put up and in by Stepaniak, as all alone underneath the basket. That makes it 13-13. Pioneer with the ball as Richardson gets it top of the key to Dulogan. That pass just a little high. Boylan couldn't, just out of his reach, goes out of bounds. That will be Dexter's ball with 1:25 left to go here in the first. Ball to be inbounded on the far sideline. Now brought ahead. Here comes Dexter into the far corner. Bounce pass into the paint and put up and in by Sweeney. Sweeney makes it 15-13. Dexter with the lead again. Pioneer with the ball with 1 minute, 10 seconds left to go. Richardson with the ball on the far wing, into the far corner, working his way down. That tipped away, trying to get it back. Richardson gets it back over. Thought about getting to Boylan. Now back to Dulogan. Dulogan, top of the key. Richardson on the far wing, into the far corner for Boylan. Down the baseline, Boylan. Bounce pass underneath. That put up and in by Napier. 4 points for Napier. That makes it 15-15. Tied up. 46.7 seconds left to go. Bringing it ahead. Here comes Dexter as Anderson gets it over midcourt. Down, poked away by Napier. That ball coming ahead with it is Dunlop. Over to Boylan for Pioneer. That up off the glass wouldn't go. Pulled down by Weinman. Weinman the other way for Dexter. Weinman puts it on the far sideline. That moved over. Anderson gets it right back over to Arbaugh. Arbaugh on the far wing, down the far side of the paint. Puts it up off glass. Wouldn't go. Rebound pulled down by Boylan, but there's a foul. Arbaugh goes to the line, shooting 2. All knotted up at 15 apiece with 15.4 left to go here in the first. Arbaugh toes the line, puts it up, rattles around and in. Arbaugh makes it 16-15. A 1-point lead by Dexter. Pioneer with the ball as Boylan has it stolen away. That goes out of bounds. Pioneer's ball as full court pressure in the backcourt creates a turnover, but then out of bounds. So Pioneer's ball. Boylan will inbound on the far sideline. Gets it into Dunlop. Dunlop for Pioneer in his own backcourt with 4 seconds left to go here in the first. That's dished off, grabbed, and that will do it for the first at the end of 1. It is Pioneer 15 and Dexter 16. Let's play a quick message from the MHSA, and we will be right back with your second quarter action.
Health concerns in high school sports go beyond physical injuries. The mental well-being of our young people is a hotter topic than ever before. The Michigan High School Athletic Association website has resources to help adults and students recognize potential problems and deal with them in a positive way. You can learn more about these mental health resources on the Health and Safety page of the MHSAA website. A message from the MHSAA promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Pioneer breaks the huddle and heads out onto the court. Gathered up right in front of the scorer's bench. Now Dexter comes out. 16-15, Dexter with the lead. They came out to a rip-roaring offensive start. Had up to a 7-0 lead, and then Pioneer's able to bring it back. They took the lead before Dexter. The free throw has it at a 16-15 lead. So Bishop inbound for Dexter. That grab coming down with it. As that's put over and in. Hampton trying to get it down. That gathered by Richardson, trying to create a jump ball. So jump ball called. That is going to go Pioneer's way as they have the possession arrow. Richardson inbounds. Jordan Ellington back to Richardson. Richardson coming up the far side of the court. Bounce pass. Gets it over to Guzman. Guzman on the far sideline. Loses the handle. Trying to pick it up. That grab the other way by Hampton. Hampton over midcourt for Dexter. Dexter up by 1. 7:39 left to go. There's a shot from the free throw line. Up and in by Smith. Smith has 6 points, and now it's 18-15. Dexter with the lead. Jordan Ellington brings it ahead for Pioneer over midcourt. Now onto the far wing. Right into the paint. Trying to put it up, and a whistle. That's going to be Hampton's foul. Pioneer with the ball, down by 3, 7:25 left to go before halftime. as that inbound pass tipped out of bounds by Dexter. That will stay Pioneers' ball. Pioneer inbounds. Jordan Ellington has it on the far sideline. Jordan Ellington gets it over to Richardson. Richardson just off the top of the key over to the near side. Richardson into the near corner for Boylan. Boylan. That back put up by Jordan Ellington. Rims all the way around. Pulled down by Smith. Here comes Dexter. They have the 3-point lead. 7 minutes left to go before halftime. As Hempton has it just over midcourt, Jordan Ellington picks him up. That dished into the paint. Putting it up and in is Smith as he got slipped right past the defense. Smith with at least 8 points there, and it's 20-15. 5-point lead for Dexter as Jordan Ellington brings it in for Pioneer. Down the near side of the paint. Up, that just a little too strong, but pulled away by that put up by Boylan. Wouldn't go off the glass, and that is going to be a jump ball as Boylan again gets that ramped up with Hempton. Possession arrow points Dexter's way. So 6:36 left to go here in the second. It is Dexter 20, Pioneer 15. Bishop to inbound. Baseline left for the Dreadnoughts. Kaiser in for Pioneer. And Dexter inbounds baseline left. As getting it back, coming ahead with it is Bishop. Bishop right over midcourt. Watch by Dunlop. Bishop comes to the near elbow, dishing it off into the paint underneath, but it's going to be stepping on the baseline out of bounds over to Pioneer. So Jordan Ellington to inbound baseline right. Pioneer down by 5 with 6:27 left to go before halftime. Sherwood in for Pioneer. And it gives Guzman a breather. Jordan Ellington into Dunlop. Dunlop bring it up the near side of the court. Dunlop watched over there by Trinkley. Dunlop over midcourt. Dunlop now dishes off to Jordan Ellington on the near wing. Into the far corner. Back to Jordan Ellington down the near baseline. He puts it up with a finger roll. Rolls off the near side of the rim. Pulled down there. Coming the other direction is Jonovich. Dexter with it in the 5-point lead over midcourt. Hempton with it. Hempton comes top of the key. Hempton over onto the far wing. Over for Bishop. Bishop trying to get into the paint. That tipped away loose, but Bishop gets it back. Over to Hempton on the far sideline. Hempton back over to Bishop. Now bounce pass right at the free throw line. Spinning, trying to put it up is Smith, and it gets rejected, but a foul that is going to be on Pioneer. Jordan Ellington picks up his second foul. One foul on Pioneer, one foul on Dexter in this period. Smith is at the line in the active shooting, so he'll shoot 2. Up and in. Smith leads all scorers with 9 points, trying to make it 10. He has a 6-point lead for Dexter, wants to make a 7-point lead. Smith eyes the rim, puts it up. Off the back of the rim, rolls off to the far side. That pulled down by Pioneer as Kaiser sends it to Jordan Ellington. Jordan Ellington on the far elbow, puts up a finger roll and in. Off balance finger roll, and Jordan Ellington. It's his first points of the game, and that makes it a 4-point lead by Dexter. 5:27 left to go. Bringing it ahead is Jonovich. Jonovich for Dexter has that poked back, but picked up from the far elbow is Bishop. Bishop into the far corner, trying to tip that away was Kaiser out of bounds. That is going to stay Dexter ball. 5:18 left to go here before halftime. Inbound pass on the far baseline. That picked up by Hempton. Hempton loses the ball. That picked up. Here comes Jordan Ellington for Pioneer down the far side of the court. Jordan Ellington puts it up, rolls around off the near side of the rim. And gathered up as Sent over. Bishop had it for Dexter. Full court pressure by Pioneer as Hempton brings it ahead for Dexter. He loses the edge. Brought ahead as that sent ahead to Dunlop for Pioneer. Dunlop coming down the near side of the paint. Dunlop puts it up and in. Dunlop with 7 points, and it's 21-19. 2-point lead for Dexter. 4:44 left to go before halftime. There was a whistle there, as we'll see what the officials say about this one. Is it a timeout called? Looks like it was a timeout called. Let's play. Oh, they're going to say it was a foul. Forgive me. Just everyone went back to their benches, so it looked like maybe a timeout called. They're out on the court for Pioneer. Dunlop, Jordan Ellington. Also out there is Kamara. Sherwood, and then Kaiser. On the other side, looks like Richards is in. Jonovich for Dexter. Bishop. Hempton. And Smith. Richards to the line. That ball up and in. So Richards taking what looks like a technical foul. No one on the no one in the lanes. So that's put up and rattles in by Richards. So Richards with 2 more points. That makes it 23-19. Dexter with the 4-point lead. 4:43 left to go. That was actually a foul before it was inbounded, so they got the free throws and the ball. Bishop to inbound. Kamara watching him. Bounce pass into the backcourt for Hempton. Hempton brings it ahead for Dexter. Dunlop watching him. Hempton right over midcourt. Hempton on the near wing. Gets it to the free throw line. Down the near side of the paint. Then put up by Richards. Pulled down by Pioneer. Quickly ahead, Kamara. Gets it over to Dunlop in the far corner. Dunlop. Bounce pass. Back over to Kamara. Kamara. Back to Dunlop in the far corner. Dunlop works his way around the paint. Now to the free throw line. Puts it up and in. Dunlop leads all Pioneer scorers with 9. And it's back to a 2-point game. 23-21. Dexter quickly ahead with the 2-point lead. Jonovich back. There's a 3-point shot by Richards. That fell off. Trying to pull it down. And blocked. As that ball put up, but blocked out there by Napier. But Napier will pick up the foul. Or no, they're giving it to Kamara, excuse me. 23. To the line, shooting to is Jonovich. Jonovich puts up the first. Hits the front, the back of the rim, falls off to the front side. He'll get one more coming, trying to make it a 5-point lead for Dexter. Jonovich bends the knees, puts it up off the back of the rim. Napier trying to get it, but that knocked out by Smith. That will be Pioneer's ball. Pioneer will inbound. Baseline right. 4 minutes left to go before halftime. It's a 4-point lead for the Dexter Dreadnoughts. Pioneer looking to inbound the ball. Is right in for the Dreadnoughts, as well as Stepaniak. Pioneer inbounding baseline right as that's brought ahead. Kamara has it in the backcourt. Kamara brings it ahead, gets it over to Napier. Napier on the far sideline, back to Kamara. Kamara over on the near wing to Dunlop into the near corner for Sherwood. Sherwood trying to make his way through traffic, and that's going to be a foul. 3:47 left to go before halftime. Richards picks up the foul for Dexter. That's 3 fouls on Pioneer, 2 on Dexter in this quarter. Dunlop to inbound on the near sideline. Dunlop right in front of us, gets it back to Kamara. Kamara brings it ahead now, dishes it off over on the far side for Richardson. Richardson gets it back over to Dunlop on the far sideline. Dunlop Works his way to the blockades. Now over to Kamara. Kamara on the near sideline. Back over to Richardson. Richardson right in front of the scorer's bench. That picked up. Kamara for three. And hits off the rim. Falls off to the far side. Tracked down over there by Sherwood. Gets it back over to Dunlop. Now Sherwood in the far corner. Napier on the near side of the paint. Napier puts it up and in. Napier with 6 points. And it's 23-23. All tied up with 3:11 left to go before halftime. Trinkle brings it ahead for Dexter. Now Jonovich to the free throw line. Dishes it off on the far wing. And put up. Fell off the near side. But Jonovich with the rebound. Gets it right back over to Stepaniak. That won't go. Ball on the ground trying to grab it as it looks like it is going to be a jump ball. Good hustle down there by Richardson. Get down on the ground trying to pull that ball away. Possession arrow favors Pioneers, so it is going to be Pioneers ball. Kamara, the inbound right in front of Coach DeWolf. 2:54 left to go before halftime. 23-23, all knotted up. Pioneers had a lead of one. Dexter has had a lead in the high single digits. Back over to Kamara. Kamara coming down the far sideline. Back over to Dunlop just inside the blockades. Dunlop steps back just inside of midcourt. Being watched over there by Trinkley. Dunlop gets it over onto the near wing. Trying to work his way down is Richardson. Back to Dunlop. Dunlop trying to get to Napier. That's just a little hot for him to handle. Dexter gets it coming the other direction. Trinkley. Pressure by Kamara in the backcourt. Now that dished off and tipped out of bounds. It's going to stay Dexter ball as Dunlop got his hand in the way. Stepaniak will inbound right in front of the Pioneer bench. 2:27 left to go before halftime. Stepaniak. Bounce pass as that's grabbed by Trinkley. Trinkley over on the near wing. Watched by Kamara. Double team now to the free throw line for Royce. Putting it up and in underneath. As that is Stepaniak who has the points. And Dexter up by 2, but a three-pointer by Dunlop goes the other direction. And that makes it 26, or no, did they say it was a 2? Forgive me. That was a long 2. That makes it 25-25. Dexter with the ball. Trinkley up on the near side of the paint, trying to put it up and in. And rebound grabbed by Dexter now off to the far side. Dishes it off. And put up by Barrett straight on. Dunlop now gets it for Pioneer. Over midcourt. Dunlop trying to get it over to Kamara. That off of his fingertips. Out of bounds, and that will be Dexter ball. 25-25 is our score. 1:44 left to go. Dunlop the inbound, baseline left, 1:44 left to go before halftime, all tied up at 25 apiece. Sherwood gets it over to Kamara on the near wing. Kamara into the near corner for Dunlop. Dunlop takes the three, off the rim, falls off to the far side. That's tracked down over there by Richardson. And it's going to stay Pioneer ball, tipped out of bounds as Napier gets his shoelaces fixed. It's going to be a lousy feeling when those come untied and you're trying to make some cuts. So that ball's going to be Pioneers' ball. They're going to inbound baseline left again. Dunlop arcs it up. That's to Napier, top of the key. Now over on the far wing to Sherwood. Into the far corner. Napier has it on the edge of the paint, trying to dish it back to Dunlop on the far wing. Dunlop, big pressure back there by Trinkley. Gets a screen from Napier. Dunlop dishes it off into the far corner. And picked up as moved over by Sherwood. Ball on the ground, diving, and that is going to be Dexter's ball with 1:12 left to go. 25-25 is our score. So Dexter to inbound right in front of their own bench. So that's going to be Stepaniak with it there. Over midcourt. And picked up. Trinkley has it, trying to tip that away is Sherwood, and that goes out. That's going to be Pioneers' ball as Kamara. The inbound, baseline right. So Richardson back in for Pioneer. Dunlop gets it in the backcourt. Now over to Kamara, coming down the far side of the court. That's sent over to Dunlop on the near wing. Back to Kamara. Kamara Right at the top of the key. Back over to Dunlop on the near wing. Dunlop into the near corner. As that's sent back over to by Guzman. Now Kamara has it. Puts it up over to Dunlop on the near wing. Dunlop. Double team. Bounce pass over to Guzman. Down the baseline. Up and in. As Guzman has 2 points. That makes it Pioneer 27, Dexter 25 with 31 seconds left to go before halftime. As bringing it up is Trinkley over midcourt. Big pressure by Kamara. Trinkley dishes it off. There's a three-pointer off the rim. Fell off the far side as that was Royce with it. Battle underneath. That's going to be a jump ball. Possession arrow is Pioneer's way as Kamara will inbound. Baseline right. 17.4 seconds left to go. Pioneer with the ball and up by 2. Dunlop up the near side of the court now over on the far side of the court. Over to Kamara. Grabbed by Sherwood or Richardson. Back to Dunlop. Right at the P for Pioneer. Trying to get it. That tipped away and over and back. That is going to be Dexter's ball with 0.5 seconds left to go. Stepaniak, the inbound right in front of us. Being watched over there by Richardson. Over up and wouldn't go. So at the end of the first half, it is Pioneer 27 and Dexter 25. So Pioneer takes a 2-point lead into halftime as Dexter had the 1-point lead at the end of the first. Let's take a moment, play a few messages from the MHSAA, and we will be back with your second half action.
Where can you find good information on all kinds of topics related to the well-being of our student athletes? Check out the health and safety page of the MHSAA website. Learn about multi-sport participation, heat and hydration, cardiovascular resources, as well as insurance benefits available for our students. It's all on the health and safety page of MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
The love of the game draws us to sports, as players, coaches, spectators, and officials. For officials, it's a way to stay in the game they once played, to feel the thrill of putting on the uniform, stepping out of the playing surface, hustling to make the call, and building the relationships which could only be built in sports. If you still have that love for the game, we always need new officials. Register now at MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Sportsmanship has never been more important between the lines in athletics and outside those lines in our communities. To listen, to respect, to understand, to practice common decency, to have competition without contentiousness. Sportsmanlike qualities are essential components of life itself. Let's all work together to not only be good sports, but good people. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Have we gotten to the point where at some high school game that an official has finally had enough from coaches, players, and adults, pulls off the whistle, and offers it to you? Let's hope not. There's no way you could do a better job. It's on everyone to promote good sportsmanship. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Nearly 2,000 of the state's top student athletes will be recognized for excelling academically and in school activities through the MHSAA's Scholar Athlete Award, underwritten by Farm Bureau Insurance. The applicants will be in the running for a total of 32 $1,000 college scholarships. Application materials are available exclusively online through the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Health concerns in high school sports go beyond physical injuries. The mental well-being of our young people is a hotter topic than ever before. The Michigan High School Athletic Association website has resources to help adults and students recognize potential problems and deal with them in a positive way. You can learn more about these mental health resources on the Health and Safety page of the MHSAA website. A message from the MHSAA promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Can you go anywhere and find an endeavor in society where we've come to accept and tolerate an adult, and even kids, treating another adult the way we allow spectators, coaches, and players to treat a high school game official? Can you? No one has the right to abuse game officials. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Here are 5 more good reasons for multi-sport participation. Multi-sport athletes are more coachable. They have higher athletic ceilings. They become better talent in the long run. They have higher sports IQs. Their sport skills transfer, and they are better teammates. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Here are 5 good reasons for high school multi-sport participation. Fewer overuse injuries, less opportunity for emotional burnout, exposure to different kids and coaches, exposure to different roles, and learning to compete better. Being a multi-sport participant can help a kid become a more well-rounded person. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
about to get ready here for the second half. Pioneer up by 2, 27-25. Again, the freshman contest before this, Pioneer won 59-45. I believe this is Pioneer's biggest lead of the game, 2 points. Dexter starts off as Arbaugh right in front of us, inbound. Arbaugh gets it into the backcourt over to Trinkley. Trinkley bringing it over midcourt. Trinkley down the far side of the court. Trinkley. Jordan Ellington watching him. Now that's sent over to Royce on the far sideline. Back to Trinkley. Back in front of the scorer's bench. Now Trinkley coming down the far sideline into the far wing. Back over to Royce. Royce trying to work his way as he's right in front of the Dexter bench, and a whistle. That's going to be a Pioneer foul. And it's going to be on Jones. Jones picks up his first foul of the quarter. Dexter inbound, baseline left as that's dished off, grabbing at Smith in the paint. Moves it over, trying to spin with it is Arbaugh. Now put up from the far wing. That one misses the rim. Out of bounds over to Pioneer. 7:31 left to go here in the third. 27-25. Pioneer with the lead. Jordan Ellington bringing it up from the backcourt, coming down the far side of the court. Jordan Ellington picked up by Hempton right at half court. Jordan Ellington bounce pass over to Richardson. Richardson trying to get it underneath that into the far corner. Put up and in by Dula Hogan. Dula Hogan has a three-pointer there. That gives him 6 points. That makes it 30-25. Dexter bringing it up onto the near wing is Royce. Royce gets it over to Trinkley. Trinkley, top of the key. Trinkley watched over there by Jordan Ellington. Back to Royce on the near wing. Royce has Richardson in front of him. Royce gives it up to Trinkley. Trinkley being watched by Dula Hogan. Dula Hogan trying to keep with him as Royce look for a screen. Now dishes it off into the paint. That put up as cutting in Hempton. And it looks like they're going to call push off on number 2. So that's going to be on Dunlop. His first foul that I know of. First one up and rolls around and is in for Hempton. That makes it a 4-point game. Hempton trying to get it down to a 3-point game as he toes the line, puts it up off the back of the rim. That's pulled down by Richardson. Richardson over to Jordan Ellington. Jordan Ellington over midcourt for Pioneer. Jordan Ellington. Pioneer up by 4, 30-26, 6:27 left to go. Here in the third, Jordan Ellington gets it over to Richardson. Richardson on the far wing. Richardson watched by Royce. Hands it off. Then given over to Jones. Jones over to Dunlop. Dunlop just off of top of the key. Dunlop double team into the near corner. Working his way. Jordan Ellington finger roll into the paint. Wouldn't go off the rim. Fell off to the front side. Grabbed by Jonovich. Here comes Dexter down by 4. Double team trying to get it. Jump ball. As pressure in the backcourt made it difficult for Royce. It turns into a jump ball possession arrow. Points. It's going to be Pioneer's way. Dunlop inbounds to Jordan Ellington. Jordan Ellington, top of the key for Pioneer. Jordan Ellington. Now over to Richardson on the far wing. Richardson. Back over to Jordan Ellington, just inside of midcourt. Jordan Ellington down the near side of the paint. Jordan Ellington trying to put up that as that's grabbed, pulled down by Dexter. It's going to be a foul. It's going to be Jones picking up his second foul. 3 on Pioneer this quarter, none on Dexter. Dexter to inbound baseline right. Arbaugh gets it into Smith. Smith in the backcourt. Now quickly over to Hempton. Hempton watched by Jordan Ellington. Hempton over midcourt for Dexter. Hempton gets a screen. Now dishes it off over to Arbaugh. Arbaugh on the near wing. Arbaugh trying to keep pressure as Dula Hogan trying to knock that away. Down the baseline underneath in the paint. Put up by Smith. Little too strong. Gets his own rebound. And off the back of the rim, the side of the rim, and it wouldn't go. But a whistle underneath. 5:12 left to go here in the third. Jones picks up his third foul in 3 quick successions, and he'll Smith comes to the line, trying to get it down to a 2-point game for Pioneer. First one up by Smith off the back of the rim. 5:20 left to go. Smith, one more coming at the line. Smith bends the knees, puts it up. That one, nothing but net on that one. Smith with 10 points. That makes it a 3-point lead. Pioneer with the ball. Jordan Ellington coming down the far side of the court. Over midcourt, Jordan Ellington on the far wing. Now over to Jones. Jones into the far corner for Dunlop. Down the baseline. Dunlop has that knocked away. Smith coming the other direction. Now here comes that up over. Trinkley has it into the paint. Dip popped up. Grabbing it. Jordan Ellington with it for Pioneer. Headed the other direction. Pioneer up by 3. 4:50 left to go. And put up and in. Richardson puts that in, and that gets it 32-27. 5-point lead for Pioneer. Dexter with the ball is losing the handle. Smith gets it back. Now dishes it off down the far side. Trinkley puts it into the far corner. And shot by Royce. Fell off to the near side off the rim. But gathered up by Hempton. Hempton just on the near sideline. Hempton into the near corner. Gets it over to Arbaugh. Arbaugh working his way around the 3-point line. Back to Hempton in the near corner. Hempton comes over to the top of the key. Hempton gets a screen now. Gets it back over to Arbaugh. Arbaugh on the near wing. All the way over on the far wing to Trinkley. Into the far corner. Trying to work his way around is Royce. Royce. Richardson tips it out of bounds. That's going to stay Dexter ball with 4:03 left to go here in the third. 32-27. Pioneer with the lead. Dexter with the ball. They will inbound on the far sideline. Gets it right on the edge of the paint to Smith. Smith underneath that put up. Rolls around and in as that was Richards with that. Richards now with 4 points, and it's 32-29. 3-point lead by Pioneer. Quick 3-point shot by Dunlop off the back of the rim. That pulled down. Now headed the other direction. Here comes Arbaugh. Arbaugh on the near wing into the near corner for Trinkley. Trinkley comes to the near wing. Trinkley being watched over there by Dunlop. Trinkley comes to the blockades now. Screen by Smith. Trinkley gets it over to Arbaugh. Arbaugh on the near wing into the near corner for Trinkley. Trinkley trying to get his screen. Now Dulogan has him. That coming down. Hempton into the far corner. That shot by Richards fell off the rim as there's a whistle. Good sportsmanship by Arbaugh to both help up his own man as well as Dulogan. 3:11 left to go, so that's a foul that's going to... Jones picks up his 4th foul. One more coming, and Jones will have to sit the rest of the game. Napier in for Pioneer. It's Richards, Napier, Jordan Ellington, Dula Ogun, and looks like Kamara on the far side. Smith toes the line, puts it up, and puts it in. Smith leads all. Dexter scores with 11. One more coming, trying to get it to a 1-point game with 3:11 left to go here in the third. Smith puts that up and in. Smith with 12 points. I believe that leads all scorers. 3:11 left to go. I thought that went in. No, excuse me, that did not. That went out of bounds, so that's going to be 32-30. Pioneer with the lead. Jordan Ellington on the near side of the paint gets that back. Dulogan for 3. That rims out. Trying to pull it down. Dexter with it. Quickly ahead over to Richards. Richards coming down the far sideline onto the far wing. Richards for Dexter. Kicks that right back over to Bishop. Bishop now on the near baseline trying to work his way. That Anderson puts it on the far side of the paint. Bounce pass. Tipped away by Jordan Ellington. Bounce popped up. Napier trying to get it, but that pulled down by Hempton. Hempton for Dexter. Moves it over onto the far wing for Anderson. Anderson on that far sideline. Jordan Ellington watches him. Anderson picked up the dribble. Moves it over to Richards. Richards into the far corner. Coming down the baseline. Anderson over to Smith in the paint. Smith has that popped away but gets it back. Smith now coming down the near baseline. Puts it up. That off the side of the rim, pulled down. There's a three-pointer up, popped out. It's that shot by Hempton wouldn't go. Now there's a foul drawn as Bishop pulls away. Contact by Pioneer, and that will be a foul. Bishop limping a little bit. He looks like he'll be okay. So Bishop to the line. He has an opportunity to tie the game. 5 fouls on Pioneer, none on Dexter in this quarter. Rattles around and in. Bishop with his first points of the game. 1 point game with 2:08 left to go here in the third. Next one is up and nothing but nets. Bishop with 2 points. We're all knotted up at 32 apiece with 2:05 left to go here in the third. Jordan Ellington over to Napier on the far wing. Napier trying to hand it off as that's Dula Ogun. Back to Napier into the paint. Napier over to Kamara coming down the baseline on the near side. Over to Richardson. Richardson over to Dula Ogun. Dula Ogun on the near side of the paint. Over to Kamara coming down on the near side of the baseline. That fired up, rattled around, and then in. A good job by Kamara there for a 2-pointer. Dexter with the ball as it's Pioneer with a 2-point lead coming down the baseline. That put up, fell down to the near side, knocked away, picked up by Kamara. Kamara trying to work his way through and over Jordan Ellington. Bounce pass back over to Richardson in the far corner. Now Jordan Ellington on the baseline on the far side. Gets it back over to Dula Ogun. And on top of the key over onto the near wing is Richardson. Richardson gets a screen from Kamara. Richardson from the free throw line. Puts that up and in. Richardson, his first points, 36-32, quickly ahead as that's fired up and in by Anderson. Contact under the basket, no foul called. 44 seconds left to go, 36-34. Pioneer with the lead. Jordan Ellington over midcourt. On the far sideline, whistle. So, looks like Napier picks up a foul as well as Bishop. So Napier comes off. It's going to stay Pioneer ball. Dulogan has it just inside of midcourt. Back over to Jordan Ellington. Jordan Ellington on the far sideline. 27 seconds left to go. Pioneer in no hurry, playing for the last shot as, of the third as they have the 2-point lead. Jordan Ellington right in front of the scorer's bench. Now Jordan Ellington brings it. It's a screen, comes on the near side of the paint. Jordan Ellington to the baseline, puts it up, and pulled down by Kamara on the near side back. There's a three-pointer by Richardson, would not go. At the end of 3, it is 36-34, 2-point lead by Pioneer. As we'll step away and play a quick message from the MHSA.
Can you go anywhere and find an endeavor in society where we've come to accept and tolerate an adult, and even kids, treating another adult the way we allow spectators, coaches, and players to treat a high school game official? Can you? No one has the right to abuse game officials. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
a 2-point lead here at the beginning of the fourth. Dexter with the ball as they get it over to Anderson. Anderson moves it, working across his Bishop. And dishes it off on the far sideline over to Richards. Richards, top of the key. Richards, double team. Bounce on the far side of the paint. That's stolen away. Here comes Pioneer. Bringing it ahead is Guzman. And stolen away by Dexter, heading the other direction. Racing ahead with it is Arbaugh. Arbaugh onto near elbow. That put up and under. Fired ahead as that is going to be Sweeney with his fourth point. 7:26 left to go. 36-36 is the score. Jordan Ellington down the near side of the paint with a finger roll and in. Jordan Ellington with 4 points, and that makes it 38-36. Pioneer with the 2-point lead. 7:11 left to go here in the fourth. Bringing ahead is Bishop for Dexter. Sends it over onto the far wing as that's Richards with it. Richards comes top of the key. Now over to Anderson into the near corner as that's fired up. A three-pointer by Bishop as that is 5 points for Bishop, and that makes it a 39-38 lead by Dexter. Jordan Ellington over on the far sideline for Guzman. Guzman hands it off to Dunlop. Dunlop comes out towards midcourt. Dunlop gets a screen. Now Dunlop over into the far corner for Richardson. Guzman over to Kamara. Kamara comes to the free throw line, spins into the near corner. Jordan Ellington for three. That off the back of the rim, pulled down. Grabbed by Sweeney. Here comes Dexter with a 1-point lead. Full court pressure by Pioneer in the backcourt. Sweeney moves it over. Now Anderson bringing it down the far sideline. Excuse me. That is Arbaugh. Arbaugh coming down. Collision with Kamara. Kamara picks up the foul. That is his second. It is one foul on Pioneer, none on Dexter as they reset in the quarter. .6:11 left to go here in the fourth. 39 Dexter, 38 Pioneer. Dexter inbounds on the far baseline. And just off into the far corner, trying to work his way around is Bishop. Bishop moves it back to Arbaugh. Arbaugh onto the near wing, down the near side of the paint. That put up off the side of the rim, pulled down by Pioneer. Bounce pass over to Jordan Ellington, coming up the near side. Grabbed by Dunlop. Dunlop up and in, and a foul. Dunlop has 13 points as he leads all scores. 5:52 left to go. Dunlop makes it a 1-point lead for Pioneer, or should, with the opportunity to make it a 2-point lead. There it is. And it's going to be Anderson with his first foul. Substitutions coming in. Smith back in for Dexter. Also in is Royce. Dunlop trying to extend the 1-point lead. Up and in. Dunlop has 14, and it's now a 41-39 point lead for Pioneer. 5:50 left to go here in the fourth. Dexter has the ball, bringing it ahead is Royce. Royce double teamed in the backcourt over to Bishop. Bishop gets over midcourt, being watched back over there by Kaiser. Timeout called. Dexter wants to talk things over. Let's play a little push on and keep you fired up for the last 5 minutes and 41 seconds of the JV contest. We will have the varsity contest coming up shortly after this game. 5:41 left to go here in the fourth as CTN joining us for the varsity contest. They'll broadcast that. That's typically available on their YouTube channel the next morning. They do a fantastic job. They have a few more cameras than we do. Dexter has it down by 2 as Anderson, tipped away by Jordan Ellington, now gets back top of the key for Bishop. Bishop back over to Anderson. Anderson now flips it over to Hempton just inside of midcourt, watched by Dunlop. Hempton on the far sideline. Hempton Still with it on the blockades. Now dishes it off on the far sideline to Royce. Hempton gets it back. Hempton gets a screen from Royce. Richards on the switch off. And grabbed by Bishop. Bishop on the far wing. Bishop trying to clear out. Now top of the key. Moves it over on the far sideline. That's Hempton. Back to Bishop. Bounce pass into the paint for Smith. That tipped away. Grabbed down. As good job by Boylan. Now here comes Jordan Ellington for Pioneer over midcourt. Up by 2 with 4:53 left to go here in the fourth. Jordan Ellington, Hempton comes out to watch him. As that into the far corner for Richardson. Richardson puts it up off glass and in. As Pioneer up by 4. Dexter with the ball. 4:30 left to go. Bishop coming down the far sideline. Down the baseline. That tip back trying to get to it is Smith. That popped away. Dunlop hands it in the backcourt for Pioneer with 4:20 left to go. On the far sideline. Jordan Ellington for Pioneer. Back to Dunlop right in front of the scorer's bench. Anderson comes over to watch him. Dunlop. Dribbles towards the center of the court. Dunlop. Down on the far sideline. That's swiped away. Coming ahead with it. Hempton puts it up with the finger roll and in. Hempton now has 3 points, and few bigger than those as it makes it a 2-point game. Pioneer quickly the other direction. Rebound pulled down by Bishop. Here comes Dexter. Dexter, an opportunity to tie the game or take the lead on a three-pointer with 3:45 left to go. 43-41, Pioneer with the lead. Hempton with it, top of the key. Hempton to the free throw line, puts it over into the far corner. As Bishop with it. Bishop on the far sideline. Bishop trying to get around Kaiser. And back over to Hempton on the near wing. Hempton comes top of the key, trying to come down the base, paint now over a three-pointer. Put up by Anderson. That one missed the rim. Pulled back by Bishop. Big rebound by Dexter. Over to Anderson, top of the key. That's a whistle. Timeout called by Dexter. 3:14 left to go. Pioneer a 2-point lead, but Dexter with the ball. They've been able to get a couple big, huge offensive rebounds on this possession. It's both of these squads talking to their coaches, trying to make the most out of this last moment as one foul on Pioneer, one foul on Dexter. Neither team close to the bonus with 3:14 left to go here in the fourth. Varsity contest coming up right after this as it is 6 and 7 Pioneer versus 4 and 5 Dexter for the varsity contest. Over on the far sideline, Bishop to inbound. Inbounds for Dexter into the backcourt for Hempton. Hempton has Jordan Ellington watching him. Hempton comes down the far sideline. Hempton trying to cut into the paint. Now over. There's a three-pointer off the front of the rim by Jonovich. Picked up by Jordan Ellington as... Is that going to be a foul or is that going to be a jump ball? Looks like it's probably going to be a foul. Jordan Ellington grabbing his face as it looks like trying to go for the ball. He might have gotten caught in the eye. It's never a pleasant experience. The officials talking things over in the backcourt, making sure they get things correct. Jordan Ellington comes off onto the bench as he's going to head over to the trainers on the far side of the gym. Richards looks to come in next. Stoppage for Dexter. Jordan Ellington heading back over. Coach DeWolf talking to the official. As it is Dunlop, Kaiser, Richardson, and Boylan out there as Pioneer calls a timeout. Looks like they're trying to maybe get Jordan Ellington back taken care of as he's still talking to the trainers over on the far side. We hope he's all right as he took a little bit of a blow to, it looked like the eye. Dexter back out onto the court as it's Smith, Bishop, Jonovich, Richards, and Hempton out there for Dexter. Kamara comes in for Jordan Ellington. 3:02 left to go. 43-41. It was Pioneers ball when the whistle blew as they're looking for some, trying to get some wetness taken care of out here. So unfortunately, those high schools don't have that little mop on the handle that most of the NBA teams have, that they can get things like this taken care of. Either that or that might have been, actually, that might have been a little blood over there as they took a little spray and poked that over. So I'm wondering if Jordan Ellington had had a bloody nose or something. He's back in. Yeah, that was a trainer working on getting some stuff off the court. So if this was going to talk things over, make sure they get things right. As again, the whistle blew as they're checking Jordan Ellington. I think they're trying to look and see if there's any blood on the uniform, it looked like, as he kind of looked down onto his uniform. Now they're going to bring him over to the bench and talk to Coach DeWolf. So Pioneer took a timeout. So if Jordan Ellington had to go out, now the official is going to talk to the trainer over across the way. So the official getting the word from the trainer about exactly what's up. Now Jordan Ellington over to the trainer. So again, I think if you have any kind of blood on the uniform or anything like that, they got to treat that and take care of that. As the trainer look at Jordan Ellington's front of his uniform, and looks like we're good to go. Now Jordan Ellington will come in at the next whistle. All right, so Pioneer with the ball, baseline left, 3:02 left to go. Kaiser to inbound. Full court pressure by Dexter in the backcourt. Kamara has it coming down the near baseline. Kamara gets it over top of the key, over to Richards as the Dexter fans scream that he stepped out of bounds. That on the far sideline over as Boylan had it. Now Dunlop just inside of midcourt. Dunlop on the near wing, working against Smith. Dunlop coming down. Dunlop gets to the free throw line. Dunlop into the far corner. That put up for three. Little too strong. Pulled down by Bishop. Here comes Dexter. Opportunity to tie the game or take the lead. 2:25 left to go here in the fourth. Pioneer by 2, 43-41. Down the baseline. That put up by Hempton. A little short. Hempton down to the court. Whistle blown. That looks like it's going to be on. Up and in. As that is Hempton who has his fourth shot. Opportunity to get this game tied. Napier comes in as well as Jordan Ellington. Second one up by Hempton off the front of the rim. Napier trying to get to it. Pulled down by Smith as that is going to be Pioneers ball. 43-42. Pioneer by a point. 2:16 left to go here in the fourth. Pioneer to inbound, baseline left, over to Jordan Ellington. Jordan Ellington brings it ahead. Jordan Ellington over midcourt. Jordan Ellington. And just inside on the near sideline, Jordan Ellington. Coming down into the near side of the paint. That block, but gets it back. Jordan Ellington over into the paint. That up, wouldn't go. Pulled down by Dexter. Dexter brings it ahead, down by a point. Is bounce pass into Smith. Smith underneath. That a little too strong, pulled down by Jordan Ellington. Jordan Ellington down the near side of the paint. As that's going to be a foul on Hempton. Pioneer to inbound on the near sideline. 1:45 left to go here in the fourth. Dunlop to inbound, gets it into the backcourt, over to Kaiser. Kaiser over midcourt, over to Jordan Ellington. Jordan Ellington just over half court. Jordan Ellington dribbles towards midcourt. That tipped away, coming the other direction. It's Hempton for Dexter. Hempton comes to the free throw line. Now moves it over. He has it on the far sideline. Hempton, watched by Jordan Ellington. Hempton gets it over to Stepaniak. Stepaniak down on the baseline. Smith trying to get to it. Jordan Ellington gets a loose ball. Dunlop down the near side of the paint. Finger roll up and in. Dunlop continues to lead all scorers as he has 16. And it's 45-42. Dexter with the ball. They take a timeout. 1:04 left to go here in the fourth. So huge rebounding underneath for Pioneer, and we have a three-point game. Dexter can get it tied with a three-pointer. Let's play a little push on. Keep Pioneer fired up for the last 64 seconds. As the ball comes over on the near sideline, Dexter will inbound right in front of us with 1 minute, 4 seconds left to go. Down by 3. Every possession looms large here in the late stages of the game. Bishop to inbound. Bishop gets it over to Hempton. Hempton on the block A's. Hempton over midcourt. Hempton coming down the far sideline, being watched by Jordan Ellington. Hempton on that far wing. Over to Bishop, top of the key. Bishop steps back. Bishop gets a screen from Smith. Bishop now back over to Hempton on the far sideline. Hempton comes down the baseline. Hempton puts it back, shooting it straight on for a three. Wouldn't go. Tipped back as Dexter has it still. Coming down the paint, losing the handle and out of bounds. As trying to race down the near sideline was Richards and just couldn't quite keep the handle on it. Pioneer with the ball, 3-point lead and 33.1 seconds left to go. Pioneer inbounds, baseline left. Dexter has to have some full court pressure trying to steal this ball away. Pioneer, huge opportunity to get it inbounded. Now here comes Pioneer bringing it down the far side of the court. As quick foul there. 28.1. It's the paint. Napier in for Pioneer. 28.1 seconds left to go. 2 more fouls for Dexter before Pioneer is to the line shooting as a quick timeout called by Richardson. As a little worried about a 5-second call there. Let's play a quick message from the MHSAA.
Here are 5 more good reasons for multi-sport participation. Multi-sport athletes are more coachable. They have higher athletic ceilings. They become better talent in the long run. They have higher sports IQs. Their sports skills transfer, and they are better teammates. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
28.1 seconds left to go. So Pioneer called the timeout. They're going to inbound right in front of us. Kaiser inbounds it over to Napier. Napier gets fouled. That's going to be a foul on Smith. Pioneer inbounds into the backcourt. Jordan Ellington with it. Jordan Ellington coming over. He gets grabbed. That's going to be a foul. Yeah, it's going to be a foul on Hempton, and Pioneer goes to the line, as that is the 5th foul. .4 seconds left to go. Jordan Ellington to the line. He bends the knees, puts it up, rattles around, falls off to the far side. Still a 3-point game. This is a huge free throw. Coming. As setting up, Jordan Ellington puts it up off the rim, trying to pull it down. That grab by Dexter, down by 3. Coming ahead with it, races into the near wing. Here comes Arball working his way around. Arball gets it over, now picked up, and a whistle with 8.2 seconds left to go. 30-second timeout call by Dexter. 8.2 seconds left to go. It's a 3-point game, 45-42. Dexter with the ball, opportunity to get this game tied up. As coach's dad comes in and 8.2 3-point game. Both squads talking things over here, trying to finish off. Pioneer needs a big defensive stand. Dexter looking for a big three-pointer to get this game tied up. They'd love to get a three-pointer and a foul to try and take the leap. As Guzman back in for Pioneer, as well as Richardson. That ball. Get ahead to Hempton. Hempton coming over on the near wing. Now 2 seconds left. There's a three-pointer as a whistle, and that is going to be a foul with 0.2 seconds left to go. And it's a foul on a three-pointer, so an opportunity to get this game tied up for Dexter. Napier picks up the foul. Richards to the line. Every one of these free throws is huge. First one is up and good for Richards. Down by 2 now. Next one up. Richards rattles around and he misses it. So a look of anguish on his face. His teammates come over to pump him up. 0.2 seconds left to go, but Richards wants to get this next free throw, make it a 1-point game, and try and get the steal on the inbound. They'd have to steal it and put it up without touching it, but Dexter's going to continue to battle as he fires it off the backboard. And that will do it. Final score, 45-43. As that is a final for the JV contest. I want to thank our camera person, Inara Marfursta, and James Wiseman up on camera. My name is Mark Wiseman. We will be right back with the varsity contest coming up next. Final score, Pioneer 45 and Dexter 43 in the JV contest. Take care and have a great night. We'll be back with